we should probably start writing the eulogy, because Apple is about to kill off the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Welcome everybody to Apple Insider. It is Andrew here, and it appears that the rumors are going to be true that Apple will be removing from its lineup the 13-inch MacBook Pro. But I'm here to tell you to dry those tears because it may not be as much of a drastic difference as you may think. Many recent rumors have said that the 13-inch MacBook Pro is going by the wayside in favor of a new, lower-priced 14-inch MacBook Pro. That's right, it seems like Apple's plan is to do away with the 13-inch model and introduce a new, lower-priced 14-inch MacBook Pro that'll occupy that place in the lineup. It'll overall simplify Apple's entire MacBook Pro lineup, giving you options between the 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro. The new 14-inch MacBook Pro would likely be priced pretty much the same and will come with a lower processor than the M1 Pro or M1 Max that you currently can get the 14-inch MacBook Pro in. But what about weight? What about the fact that the 13-inch MacBook Pro weighs less and is more portable than the 14-inch MacBook Pro? Let's look at these dimensions and the weights, including the two different chargers. The 13-inch MacBook Pro, it measures up as 0.61 inches deep, 11.97 inches wide, and 8.36 inches deep. Let's compare that to the 14-inch MacBook Pro. The 14-inch MacBook Pro here, this guy is measuring very similarly at still 0.61 inches deep, 12.31 inches wide, and 8.71 inches deep. So, if you compare those side by side, you'll see that the 14-inch MacBook Pro is only about 1/3 of an inch wider and 1/3 of an inch taller. Yeah, taller and wider, deeper and wider than the 13-inch MacBook Pro. It is not a huge difference. That said, it will impact some accessories. Some holders, some bags, some sleeves may not fit the 14-inch MacBook Pro when they fit the 13-inch MacBook Pro. But we're looking at, again, only about 1/3 of an inch difference in the width and the depth of the machine. But what about weight? The 13-inch MacBook Pro, this thing only weighs 3 pounds in total. If we look at the 14-inch MacBook Pro, it weighs in at 3.5 pounds in total, a half a pound more than the 13-inch version. Now, a half a pound is a substantial difference going between the same product line, essentially the same product line. And that's about a 15% increase in weight from the 13 to the 14-inch. And for some people, that weight may be drastic. But we also can go further and include the difference in the power chargers as well. The 13-inch MacBook Pro ships with a 61-watt USB-C power adapter. That weighs in at 6.8 ounces. The 67-watt that ships with a 14-inch MacBook Pro weighs just a tad more, 2 ounces more at 8.8 ounces. And the new MacBook Pros give you options. You can choose between the 61 or the 96 USB-C charger that works with MagSafe. If you were opting for even the higher option one, the 96-watt USB-C power adapter with MagSafe, this one only weighs in at just about 12.8 ounces. So 4 ounces more for this charger. If you were getting the base charger on both of these models, you're looking at a 10-ounce difference from the 13 to the 14-inch MacBook Pro. Barely over a half a pound in difference in weight. But after using both the 13 and the 14-inch for a while, there's something I noticed. The 14-inch MacBook Pro has such good battery life that I found myself leaving my charger at home a whole lot more than I did in the past. And if you look, between the two machines with the base charger, there's an 8-ounce difference. What's the weight of the charger on the 14-inch MacBook Pro? That's right, basically 8 ounces. If you leave your charger at home, it's the same weight that you had with the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Now, this isn't a solution for everyone. There are still times where you gotta bring your charger along. You gotta do it. But I seriously make it through easily an entire workday, even doing some video editing without having to worry about charging my machine. It's pretty amazing. So yes, in the end, the 14-inch MacBook Pro weighs half a pound more, 10 ounces more if you include the chargers, and is a third of an inch larger in 2 dimensions. And for some people, that's going to be a problem. But I think for the larger Apple community, this is only a good thing. It means everyone who's opting for the cheapest MacBook Pro is getting a better MacBook Pro that's more powerful, has the all-new design, additional ports, brings back MagSafe, has an improved camera, and just an overall larger screen in nearly the same form factor. It is only for those that can't handle that 10-ounce difference that this is really going to be a burden on. Let me know what you guys think. Do you care that Apple's killing off the 13-inch MacBook Pro, or are you happy to pick up a new, lower-priced 14-inch MacBook Pro? Let me know down below in the comments, or better yet, let me know on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. And if you'd like to pick up a new 14-inch MacBook Pro or the 13-inch MacBook Pro while you can, I've gathered up some great deals and put them down below in the description. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video.